Hello friends, I am DK and I welcome you all to your loving channel. Friends, in your tutorial series under Zero to Hero, this is the episode number 35 and today we are going to discuss a very important topic of risk management. Friends, this is such an important topic which will decide for a person to be a successful person in a consistent fashion or person loses money heavily in this business. Friends, let us always understand that trading into stock market or rather financial market is a very risky proposition where risk is there and at the same time potential for reward is very high, and hence risk management is one of the very important aspects of being success in the financial market for generating consistent profit, and probably the most neglected among the majority of the traders, not only in India but worldwide. So friends, we will be covering today as to how you can in a simple fashion manage your risk, because you cannot avoid the risk in financial markets, whether you trade in stock market, commodity market or currency pairs, but definitely you can manage the risk very well, which will lead you towards successful trading as a business. So friends, let's start this particular episode and try to learn about the risk management in financial market. Before that, I would urge to subscribe the channel, enable the notification bell so that you are well notified on time for upcoming new uploads. And friends, if you're interested to join the as a member of this channel, there is a link given in the description box of this video below, which you can click on, follow it and know the details of various kind of membership program that we are running on this channel. So friends, let's begin with this tutorial. So friends, before we start to learn all about risk management through position sizing, let us start with certain very important codes which will set the pace for today's program, because these codes are coming from very experienced people who have been successful across the world, and they are known to be an expert in their own professions. So friends, first I start with success is no accident. That means success is designed in a fashion where it results into a success. It is a hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. So friends, if trading or investment is not the profession that you love, the probability of success would be very poor. This quote is coming from Pele, we all know as a legendary player in the world. And then friends, another quote comes from none other than Warren Buffett. Risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. This simple quote explains everything. We must know what we are doing, and that we can know only when we know the technical analysis or to know how to analyze the market, so that we can design the strategy for trading or investing and then be able to manage the risk in a proper fashion. So what happens finally is, unless knowledge and skill both come into the play, the chances of success is very difficult. So this simple quote from Warren Buffett says it all. We must know what I am doing. If I am initiating a trade, I must know why I am initiating a trade. If I am putting and parking money for investment in a particular stock, I must know what analysis I have done, what kind of risk management element I have incorporated in the overall strategy to manage the risk, because you cannot avoid the risk in financial market. And friend, another quote is very important, is successful investment is managing risk, not avoiding them. Simple to put forth is risk That is not a thing that you can avoid. It will be there in the market. How you effectively manage it is all about from being a success or from not being a success. So friends, let us today learn all those elements, and I assure you, the moment you incorporate the risk management aspect as your strategy towards investing or trading, your success is almost guaranteed in a consistent fashion. In some of the positions you will lose money, in some of the positions you will make money, but ultimately you will be emerging as a winner. And we will be understanding as to how this works. So friends, let us start with what is risk management. Means a management in which you make a strategy to manage the risk rather than to avoid the risk. And in order to understand in a simple fashion is to work in the positive expectancy. When I initiate a trade or buy something in financial market with an aim to make money, then we should be very clear in our mind what is the risk involved and whether my probability of making money is much more than the risk I am taking. It is something like, friends, if I set up a business and in which I have infused a capital of say 1 CR, and if I don't see to make money 3 CR, 4 CR or 5 CR, and the risk involved in that is more than 1 CR, then probably I am not doing a business. It is not a business. That means I have not done the research work properly before starting this business. So in order to understand, let us understand that in losing trade, because there will be a situation, no person in the world, how smart he is, how knowledgeable he is, how skillful he is, he cannot be successful in all the trades and all the investment he makes in his life. So there will be instances of losing trades, there will be instances of profitable trades. So when he loses in a trade, one should not lose more than the fixed percentage of a trading capital of an individual. For example, if your trading capital is 10 lakhs rupees, you should not lose more than certain percentage. It could be 1%, it could be 2%. However, the standard, it is established fact that one should do risk management with 1% to 2% of its trading capital. Means whenever I initiate a trade, and if my trading capital is 10 lakhs rupees, in that particular trade, I should not lose more than 10,000 rupees if my strategy is to take risk of only 1%. And if I consistently taking a risk of 2% or 1.5%, accordingly the calculation can be done. So we put it this as a value R. Means against my trading capital, what is my R value is very, very important. And this will set the pace as to how we position size adequately in the market so that we can contain the risk. And the next is, friend, in winning trades, whenever our trades hits the target or achieves the goal, one should earn more than the decided risk per trade. If I am taking a risk of 10,000 rupees in a trade, I should have my expectation to make more than 10,000 rupees in that particular trade. And that all aspect has to be seen while doing technical analysis on price chart, seeing various aspects, combining all the studies what we have learned and learning under Zero to Hero tutorial series. So this is as a thumb rule, it is considered as if your potential to make profit should be not less than 2R or more. Means if I am taking a risk of 100 bucks, I should have this particular trade or my decision should have potential to make 200 bucks or more. Whether it makes or doesn't make, it's a separate issue. But if we don't make a strategy keeping these broader aspects in mind, we cannot achieve consistent profit in our trading business. So let us go ahead to understand pictorially as to what I wanted to emphasize with R and 2R aspect. So friends, in order to effectively manage the risk, the first important thing is that you should have the proper knowledge of technical analysis so that you can arrive at the precise entry point, what is the stop loss, and friends, what is the expected target it can achieve either through chart pattern or a price pattern, or maybe through price action you can calculate what are the possible targets. So let us understand through an example as to how we understand the value of R. So friends, this is the vertical line I have drawn. So consider that I have done a technical analysis and where my entry price is here and my stop loss is calculating to be here. So friends, target is calculating at this area. So these are the three basic inputs that we have from the technical analysis that we have already done on a particular share or commodity or currency pair. Which means, friend, this is the risk I am taking. The entry price minus stop loss. If it is a long trade, this is the risk I am carrying per share. And friend, this is the possible reward, expected reward. Now, these two elements will give us what should be the risk reward ratio. So, for example, our entry price is 1000 that we have arrived specifically after doing the technical analysis, and my stop loss calculates at 900 and my target is coming at 1300. What does it mean? Which means I am taking a risk of 100 per share in this particular example, for which I am expecting to get a reward of 300 bucks. So friends, what is the risk reward ratio? I am taking a risk of 100 rupees to make a profit of 300 rupees. So risk reward ratio is 1:3. Sounds a good business. It is worth taking a risk of 100 rupees to earn 300 rupees. So this is how I meant by saying positive expectancy. If you trade on the basis of analysis is not likely to yield the result which is in line with the positive expectancy, it is better to avoid that trade. Not taking a trade is also a decision which you have taken through your wisdom after doing analysis based on the inputs of analysis. So friends, it's very important to understand that risk reward ratio and winning rate. Now the question is, we know as to how risk reward ratio is calculated. And I have already explained you, we should not take up the trade in which risk reward ratio is less than 1:2. Means minimum positive expectancy should be 2R and above. So now let us understand with this particular diagram as to how we want to specify, and you will be amazed to see as to how it is important to calculate the risk reward ratio. So this is the column which indicates the risk reward ratio. 1:1, 1:2, 1:3, 1:4, 1:5, and this column indicates what is the winning rate of an individual trader. Say if the trader takes 100 trades, everybody will not have the same winning rate. What is in their control is risk reward ratio. Winning rate is guided by the knowledge of technical analysis, his own temperament. It is just like a game of cricket. If you calculate the winning rate of Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, all were greatest cricketers India has ever produced. But winning rates are different. So you must know your winning rate. Now, these two data of winning rate versus risk reward ratio, if your winning rate is 20% and if you're operating at a risk reward ratio is 1:1, which means you will incur in 20% winning rate loss, 30% loss, 40% loss, and break even will only come when you win 50% of the trades you undertake. If you take 100 trades, minimum 50 trades should end up in making profits in 1:1 risk reward ratio. And you actually start making profit when your winning rate is 60% and above. So it is a pretty bad risk reward ratio to operate with. Number 2 is 1:2. Because 20% winning rate loss, 30% winning rate loss, and 40% winning rate onwards, you start making money. So if you developed a skill and knowledge of technical analysis, price action analysis, various elements of technical analysis, which we are teaching under Zero to Hero step by step to develop you as a good technical analyst, then achieving the goal of 40% winning rate is very much possible for an average trader. So in 40% you make profit, and obviously in 50% and 60% winning rate you will make more profits. In 1:3 risk reward ratio, at 20% winning rate you make loss, and from 30% winning rate onwards you start making profit. And that is why an investor should set a goal for 1:3 plus operation rate, positional trader 1:3 plus operational rate, and if you're a swing trader, minimum expectancy should be 1:2 risk reward ratio for managing your trading business as profitable business. In 1:4, break even in 20% and 30% onwards profit. 1:5 risk reward ratio, profit right from the 20% winning rate. As positive expectancy in terms of risk reward ratio enhances, even your winning rate is less, you start making money. That has to be conceptually born in the mind to create permanent traces in your mind that how risk reward ratio and your winning rate are very, very significant. These are the two variables which will make a trader to be successful in the marketplace. So friends, let us move ahead to understand further. So friends, it is very important to understand that there is a direct link for a trader to be successful is the two variable factors. What is the risk reward ratio at which he is operating? And second is, friend, what is his individual winning rate, which will vary from trader to trader, investor to investor. So friends, it's very, very important as to how you can arrive at the winning rate of as an individual trader. You should maintain a trade journal or trade book where each and every trade you do a technical analysis, you make an entry. What prompted you to buy this? The reason for buying this particular stock or initiating a trade. Are you entering on a breakout trading strategy or bounce back trading strategy or counter trend trading strategy or a swing trading aspect? And what is your trading strategy? Then you should enter the precise entry point, precise stop loss, and then what is the expected target? What is the risk reward ratio you have arrived at before initiating a trade? And when you are exiting the trade, either at loss or at profit, you should record the reason. Reason could be stop loss has triggered. Number 2 could be trailing stop loss has triggered if you have chosen to ride the trend and trail the stop loss. There are only these two reasons. If any third reason is there to exit the trade, which means there is a problem of temperament of a trader. And either the third reason is you have won the trade, you have attained the target. So you have achieved the target, so you have booked partial profit or full profit. So record that reason why you have exited the trade. Stop loss triggered, trailing stop loss triggered, target achieved. So that when you have at least 80-100 trades, you have a data with you. Like a selection committee for Indian cricket maintains the data of each and every cricketers, so that they know this particular player is good for position number 3. First they use the data for that player to be selected in the team, and then they know the temperament. If you ask Sachin Tendulkar to come in last 2 overs to play and ask Mahendra Singh Dhoni to start an inning, maybe it will be disastrous for the team. Because these two players, although both are great players, but have a different temperament, their winning rates. You might have seen in last 3 overs, the players like Mahendra Singh Dhoni or AB de Villiers plays extraordinarily great. But Rohit Sharma like player or Sachin Tendulkar plays as an opener or maybe in a top order. Virat Kohli plays good at the top order. So all these people, although all are having a good skill and knowledge about the cricket, but they are successful according to their winning rate. So friends, now let us understand, once you develop the trade journal, you know your weak areas, you know your strength. And so you can very well forecast with a trading capital you have say 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs rupees, how much money you are likely to earn in next 1 year if you undertake 50 trades or 40 trades or 30 trades. It's not about trading or taking so many trades. It's all about executing properly the quality trades. It's a quality versus quantity. Many a times you might have witnessed a good cricketer leaves the ball, doesn't score the run, but once he gets the loose ball, he hits for a 6 or a 4 for a boundary. That is what the characteristics to be a mature batsman. So we need to be a mature trader in this market. So let us understand as to how we can manage the risk through position sizing. So you have to always size your position well. Once you have done the technical analysis, you must know how much quantity you should buy in that particular stock, so that you don't lose money beyond the risk you have designated for that particular trade. It's very, very significant to understand that, because we can only do through position sizing. Over trading is one of the biggest causes of failure of majority of the people in the world in this profession. And under trading results into what? If that particular trade we have taken a less quantity and that trade becomes a winning trade for you, then you earn less money. So adequate sizing of the trade is very, very significant, is important. It is dangerous to trade, over trade with a higher quantity, and equally not suggestible to trade with a under quantity. So let us understand how the position sizing is done. Say for example, your trading capital is 10 lakhs rupees. This is an example. Everybody will have a different trading capital. So the concept of calculating the quantity will not change. Risk per trade, that is I have designated as RPT, is 1% of your trading capital. So it is at 10,000 rupees. So you cannot lose more than 10,000 rupees if you follow this method in a particular trade. Entry minus stop loss would be the value of R, that is risk per share you are taking, and entry and stop loss has been arrived by the technical analysis. risk per share. In this example, the example which we have seen is 100. And now quantity to be traded or invested would be arrived as how? RPT divided by R. RPT is what? Risk per trade. That is 10,000 rupees is the risk. That is 1% of your trading capital is RPT divided by the risk you are taking per share, that is entry price minus a stop loss, is giving you the risk per share. This will give you 10,000 rupees divided by 100. So in this example, you should buy 100 shares. Not more than 100 shares, not less than 100 shares. If this value arrives at in decimal figure, say it comes at 99.6. So you can round off. You can buy 100 shares because it is more than 99.5. And if it comes at 99.4, you can buy 99 shares. So that rounding off can be done. So this is how you calculate the quantity. So in this case, if a stop loss is triggered, your maximum loss is 10,000 rupees. Let us be very clear that this is the most important aspect. Whether you are a swing trader or a positional trader or an investor, what could be the differences? The suggested range for managing the risk is 1% to 2% of your trading capital. But decide before you start this business, you are going to take risk of 1% or 1.5% or 2%, but you cannot keep on changing this percentage every time. So friends, now let us see the possibility of a trader with a winning rate of 50%, which is very reasonable, that he takes 100 trades, he loses money in 50 trades because of stop loss has triggered, and makes profit in another 50 trades because he has attained the target. So, and he is operating at a risk reward ratio of 1:3. So now let us understand. For example, risk reward ratio 1:3 means if his trading capital is 10 lakhs rupees, he is taking a risk of 10,000 rupees in each trade, and risk reward ratio is 1:3 means his likely profit when the target is hit is 30,000 rupees. Which means what? Say if he has undertaken 100 trades with right position sizing to manage the risk, and 50 trades are winning trades and rest 50 trades are losing trades. So which means in 50 trades he'll make at the rate of 30,000 rupees profit, which means he makes a profit of 15 lakhs rupees. He makes a profit of 15 lakhs rupees. 50 into 30,000 is a profit, and the losing trade results into loss of 50 into 10,000 because he is working in a positive expectancy. Whenever loss happens much than the profit. So he has lost in 50 trades at the rate of 10,000 rupees. The total loss is 5 lakhs rupees. So what is his net profit? 15 lakhs minus 5 lakhs is the 10 lakhs rupees as profit. So this is how you can consistently generate the profit. It can happen that your continuously 3 or 4 trades are losing trades, where majority of the people start doubting in their technical analysis ability, or their strategy itself is not working. It may happen. Even the players like Sachin Tendulkar may be failure for 5 or 6 matches in a row. It happens even among the top performers in the world. So it may happen with you, with me, with anybody across the world. But to consistently following and implementing the strategy that you have designed to be a successful trader is the key, where it will be a test of your patience, your temperament. Let us not forget the three emotions which I have already covered in the tutorial series, that three emotions are hope, fear and greed, are the emotions, our own emotions are enemy in our business. And out of these three emotions, fear is the stronger emotion, human emotion, than the greed. And that is why majority of the people, they don't exit at a stop loss. They don't put it stop loss on the terminal. Somebody will suggest you to keep the stop loss in the mind. If a stock market collapses and suddenly falls by 5%, 6%, 10%, sir, what is the stop loss in mind in the modern era where trading terminal works in your favor? In the safe, you can put the stop loss, let market do, stop loss is triggered, case this trade is over. As simple as that. So fear is the stronger emotion. Once you recently implement the trading strategy which you have built before initiating a trade, which always yield a better result. Because if you don't put a stop loss on terminal, what you do? There will be two types of people. One, as the price moves towards the stop loss, they will exit the trade out of fear. And second, everybody wants to be winner. So they are not ready to lose money in this particular trade. So they will shift the stop loss little below to next support level, to next support level, and they will keep on adding the losses. So fear is a stronger human emotion than greed, and that is why it is said, ride the trend and trail the stop loss. It is a better strategy if as an investor or as a positional trader. For a swing trader, you can even decide to exit as a fixed profit level. So friends, ride the trend and trail the stop loss is very, very important. But whether it is a stop loss or trailing a stop loss, you should learn to put it on a trading terminal. You have not calculated the stop loss based on technical analysis that it should not be hit. You have calculated the stop loss so that it hits when the market reverses and does not move in your favor. Let us not forget it. It is the one of the tools. Stop loss is one of the tools to manage the risk. And position sizing helps you to contain the loss with a cap. And friends, that is why riding the trend, because many a times it is seen that one or two single trade can give you a huge profit, where the small loss of 1% of a trading capital becomes very, very negligible. When that trade will come, it has come in Indian market in Asian Paint, it has recently come in Scots. So there are many winning stocks where you can see the market structure is so favorable, where it is making higher highs and higher lows kind of formation, a very expected kind of move, where riding the trend will always yield a better result. So friends, if you have liked the presentation, give a thumbs up to us. It motivates me, friends. Share this video among your friend circle, social base, WhatsApp group, so that other people also receive benefit out of these kind of tutorial series under Zero to Hero. And friends, watch all the videos at least 3 times to conceptually develop various aspects of technical analysis and trading business to install a very successful trading business at your end. And friends, subscribe the channel, enable the notification bell so that you don't miss out any video on this channel. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to meet you again soon.